Decks and patios, patios and decks, let's face it, we love them both. They extend your home to the outdoors, create extra usable space. When friends and family gather, usually outdoors, and we love that. We love being outdoors, and we know our clients love that as well. But how do you know which one's right for your home, a patio or a deck? There are some major factors that go into this, including cost, design, and usability. We're gonna jump into all of those right now. We're gonna cover 3 factors to consider when thinking about a deck versus a patio for your home. The first one is how high off the ground will the finished patio or deck be? The second one is ongoing maintenance. And the third one is your investment into the project. So let's dive into the height off the grade. Although we may be biased a little bit towards decks, there is a factor to consider with how high off the ground your back door is to your future outdoor space. Now, by no means a hard and fast rule, but a general rule of thumb is if the door to your outdoor space is more than 24 inches off the grade, we highly recommend a deck. If it's between 12 and 24 inches, we believe you could easily go deck or patio. And if your door is less than 12 inches off the grade, we highly recommend a patio. Now, the reason for all this is to keep in mind how a deck and how a patio is made. A deck has structural elements that are anywhere from 8 to 16 inches in depth between the beams and the joists. If your home's door is less than 12 inches off the grade, we actually are excavating earth out and disposing of it to be able to build a deck with proper ventilation. And in that scenario, when your door is less than 12 inches off the grade, we highly recommend a patio. But one of the reasons we love decks so much is that a deck can be installed at the exact height as your first floor, as that door itself. So a deck is now on the same level, the same plane as the rest of your home, which then a deck becomes an extension of your home to the outdoors. A patio, keep in mind that many patios, especially when the door is higher off the grade, require stairs to go down to the patio. And if there's 3, 4, or more stairs, it creates a little bit of a subconscious barrier between your home and the outdoors. Every time you go to the grill, every time you go outside, you have to go up and down stairs. With a deck, there are no stairs, and it's level with your first floor. The second factor to keep in mind is ongoing maintenance. Now, this really is dependent on who you hire to build either your deck or your patio. And if you go patio route, what type of patio? You either have a paver patio or a concrete, poured concrete, aggregate stamped concrete patio. With a deck is gonna be there for decades. The deck is not gonna require ongoing maintenance. Yes, you are gonna need to keep up with annual cleaning to make sure all the muck that falls on it is off. The same would be for a patio. With a paver patio, from time to time, those pavers may shift, or the polymeric sand installed between the pavers may need to be replaced. Now, there are absolute places on homes for patios and there's absolute places for decks. This is really dependent on your home and what you'd like to accomplish for the space. We think it's beautiful to have a deck and patio combo if you can. The stairs of a deck come down and land on a patio where you can have an outdoor wood burning or gas burning fire pit and enjoy that space. And then you have a paver walkway going to your front yard. So while not the biggest factor by any means, both options, both patio and deck options are gonna be extremely durable for you and will last for many decades. And the third factor we're gonna talk about today is cost. And this really ties back into the first factor on how high off the grade your door is to your future outdoor space. If you're trying to build a patio up 2 feet, 3 feet, or 4 feet, where your landscaper comes in and fills in that space with dirt or crushed aggregate, that's gonna be very expensive, likely more expensive than a deck. But if you're installing a deck that's really low to the grade where you have to excavate all that earth and build a deck in the ground, a deck is likely gonna be more expensive than a patio. So it really depends on the scenario, and the biggest factor of that, again, is how high off the ground your door is to your outdoor space. A bonus about decks that we really love is that decks can have railings. Railings can create a beautiful boundary, a safe space for young children or pets to ensure that they stay safe in one area. These are just some factors to keep in mind when you're thinking about a patio versus a deck for your home. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Custom Deck Creations if you're in the Southeast Michigan area, or your local landscape or deck building company, and they should be able to answer any questions that you have about a deck versus patio. Either way, enjoy your beautiful new outdoor space.